Welcome back to Coin Sense and Nonsense. Today, we've got Labor Day bars. It is Labor Day weekend after all. So I have 9 different Labor Day bars in my collection. I've seen 14 different ones in the good book. So my goal is to eventually have them all. But let's check out the ones I do have. Let's get things started with Labor Day from Mount Everest Mint, 1973. So this shows Grover Cleveland signing the legislation to make Labor Day an official holiday. He signed that in 1894. But the first Labor Day in the U.S. was celebrated in 1882 in New York City. And so Labor Day is celebrated around the world, maybe not on the same days, but there is a holiday or a acknowledgement of the contributions of the workers and achievements and whatnot. So this one is neat, like I say, Grover Cleveland, and then there are some vignettes of people doing labor. So I plan to go in with the microscope. We'll take a closer look at what's going on some of these bars. But this one, like I mentioned, is Mount Everest Mint and doesn't have a high value. It's a rarity 3, 4,150 minted. All right, here's Grover. Actually looks... he needs some work on the face there. That's wild. So I guess I could make out a mustache or whatever. So he's signing the thing into law. I forget if I mentioned in the beginning that the law only applied to federal workers at first. It took a while for it to roll out to the rest of us. So love that. With the scientist, we got a mother and child. And over here we got a dude, looks like he's doing some machining, I think, or something with a grinder maybe, I don't know. And then working in the field, baling some hay or cutting some hay or wheat or who knows. Anyway, spending way too much time on this one. Next up is the one that started it all for me. This is Great Lakes Mint. And I love the reverse design on Great Lakes Mint. I think it's one of the best ones in all of art bardom, but it's open for debate. Anyway, this one celebrates the 60th anniversary of the founding of the Department of Labor. So 1913 to 1973. There's their shield. So this one has neat toning, and was one of the first bars I ever purchased as I started to get into collecting bars for the guardhouse box and whatnot. Of course, this one doesn't fit in a guardhouse box because these don't fit into capsules. They're a little too long. But speaking of too long, I'm getting long-winded here. Let's see the details on this one. So 21,635 minted and a rarity value 3. We are in tight on the seal or the symbol for the Department of Labor. I did try focusing a little bit. I think it's the quality of the strike is a little rough. So, got Labor Day 1973, and there's a cool flag. Love this bar, and actually while we're here, let's take a look at the lakes close up on the reverse. Just love that logo, man. Next up is another bar that won't fit in a guardhouse box, and actually this is the first time I'm showing this one on video. I just recently got this one. Thank you, Victor. And so this one is 1 mint. And these are the long planchets as well. I love this reverse design too. It's very distinctive. You know which mint it is at a glance. So this one is really neat, and we'll take a closer look on the scope. Here's our 1 mint close up, and looks like young Fabio or something. I don't know. Do we need to, yeah, put some clothes on already? Come on now. So there's a factory. You can't go to work looking like this. And got a hammer and something. That's not a sickle, I don't think. So, very nice. So, nice sharp detail. I think this one will benefit from a dip, and you can see the serial number right on the edge. I love the microscope. And this one has rarity value 4 and 2,500 minted. And there's that serial number. Next up is an interesting bar, mainly because of where it's found in the good book. This one is not listed in among the Swiss-made bars, even though it's made in Switzerland. So there is a special section in the back of the book for world silver, and there are several by this same mint. However, this one is made for TK Success or Success Silver. And so that's where it's listed in the main body of the good book. So this one serialized and has somebody's lunchbox, I guess. I don't know if that's their name on there or what that is. Lunchbox and thermos close up. Love it. So I don't know about that eagle though. That's interesting. So serial number 2707. Happy to have this one, of course. There's the hallmark for the mint, so that is neat. So this is Swiss 1 by catalog number and has a mintage of 500 only, but rarity value 4? That doesn't make sense. Next up, we've got Motherlode Mint. A salute to America's labor force. A bit of a fingerprint, it looks like there. I think this one might be a candidate for a dip. I do have 2 of this bar, and this one's in nicer condition, so I may give this one a dunk. So, fingerprint there too. So, type 3, reverse with the hollow pan, they call that. And very nice. Love that design as well for a logo. 1973. So this looks like, I don't know if that's a milling machine, a lathe, what the heck that is. We'll check it out on the microscope, see if we can get some more detail. Well, speaking of detail, there are hardly any details in the book. This is a rarity 3 and no mintage given. Well, whatever this is, it looks pretty serious there. We're working away. So, and a salute to America's labor force, and very nice shields. Very clean cut bar, I would say. Well struck is what I was trying to get at, so love it. Next up is my favorite one on the table, Seco Mint. This thing is awesome. AFL-CIO, been wanting to show you this for a while, so this is new to my collection, and very, very nice. Love the hard hat and the Teamsters logo there on the truck. Somebody kind of painted outside the lines, but so be it. That's kind of gives it character, I guess. At least no enamel is missing that I can see. We've got the serial number on the end there, which is really neat. So, love this one and the entire enameled collection from Seco Mint. And actually, this one, I can't dip it because of the enamel, but maybe I can give it a wipe. I think I've rarely ever put these Seco bars under the scope, but yeah, you can see the slight imperfections, but I imagine all this is done by hand. And might be a little bit of a weak strike on the L, and that led to the bleeding, I don't know. Love it. So, Teamsters, and maybe they just wipe off the high parts. I don't know their process, but after all these years, still looks pretty darn good, I must say. So put this one safely inside the Harco album, I believe. Unfortunately, the book doesn't give any mintage info, but $25 rarity value. And it's probably a little more than that, I think. Right, on to the portrait style bars, or the vertical. And this is a cool bar from Liberty Mint. And got a dude with some serious tools there. Looks like he's ready to work on the railroad or something. I don't know, digging and hammering away. Who knows? So, and mother and child, I assume, maybe showing, doing a little reading instruction or homework or whatever, motherly duties. So, very, very cool. Has a little bit of stainage from the sleeve it was stored in. But what is cool is this one is a blank reverse, and it's a variety of this particular issue. So that is cool. There's no mintage info on it, but it does have a $25 rarity value. All right, he's ready for some serious labor there with those tools. Wow. And he's been working hard. If you can see, he's that ripped through the shirt. He's got the six-pack going for sure. My goodness. So, and mother and child, I assume, and maybe doing some reading or homework or whatever. So, very nice. Next up, we've got this one from Seco Mint. And this one, non-enameled, of course, but 1973. This other one we showed was 74. And this, Labor Day, meaning we're going into labor. So I guess already had it. I don't know. Interesting design. Got some swoopers there. And MSG. That is not monosodium glutamate. That's one of the Great House Productions designers, actually. Some of the Great House bars in the left-hand corner, you see MSG very often with TRG in the right-hand corner. So, very neat design, and happy to have it. And here we are in the maternity ward, or outside the maternity ward, I guess. And there she is. And Gravity at work there. And I don't know if she's still got one in the oven or what there. I'm confused. So MSG and neat bar. Great part of art bar history right here. So 4,483 minted and a rarity value 4. And rounding out my collection of Labor Day bars. This is the 9th one. And this is Madison Mint, Labor Day 1977. Doing a little laundry there. And this one is kind of an interesting design. Trying to figure out what's what there with the head of this person. I don't know. Don't know if that's their face sticking out or I don't know. Looks like you could interpret it a lot of different ways. And here is that Madison. Kind of cool, 1977. And yeah, I guess now that I look at it from a different perspective, maybe that's her chin and that's like some part of her hair or something coming across her face. I don't know, but very avant-garde-ish design. I don't know if that's truly avant-garde, but just seems weird. So, got some laundry there. No unmentionables, it looks like. Very neat. So Madison Mint makes 3 different Labor Day bars. I've only got one. So that's among the 5 that I'm missing are 2 Madison Mints. I'm missing one kind of, I guess it's a nude bar or whatever, and a USSC bar, can't believe it, and then a Hamilton Mint, which I don't normally collect. So I hope you've enjoyed checking these out. I've had a blast showing them off, and can't wait to add to the collection. We'll be back when I do. So thank you so much for watching Coinsense and Nonsense. Have a great rest of the Labor Day weekend. And until next time, bye. Bye. Could be different times of the year, but traditionally in the U.S., it's the 1st September, or the first Monday in September. Fuck, 1974. We're jumping around a little bit. I still have some 73s to show you, but this is the last of the horizontal or portrait. This is not portrait, you fucking dick. However, this one is a variant. I've got the blank reverse, and I'm gonna start over because I crashed and burned here. And kind of interesting design. I'll just leave it at that. So I don't think there are varieties of this one. I'm gonna double check, but I think I've shown this one off before, so it is what it is. I should have remembered what the fuck I've got. Suspect eagle. Keep an eye on the staff with an eagle like that. I don't know. So I gotta start over. And here we are with the Swiss bar Yodelay-Ehu. So can't get through this one. We're in the maternity ward. We're a little bit confused because I don't know if she's still got one in the oven there or what. And we got gravity working. Don't know if she's got a fishnet thing holding up, whatever. But anyway, very happy to have this one. It's a classic.